As we enter 2023, Mexico stands out as one of the foremost nations of our time. With a population surpassing 128 million, it comfortably positions itself among the top 10 most populous countries globally, nestled between powerhouses like Japan and Russia. This vast nation's significance extends beyond its sheer size, playing an instrumental role in shaping the contours of the modern era. Mexico's prominence is deeply rooted in its historical legacy and its strategic geographical location. To its north, it shares borders with the United States, while the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean stretches out to its south and west. Turning your attention to the southeast, you'll encounter Guatemala, Belize, and the glistening waters of the Caribbean Sea. On the eastern horizon lies the Gulf of Mexico, completing this nation's unique geographic tapestry. Mexico has long been a cradle of diverse cultures and civilizations. It might astonish many to learn that the world's largest pyramid isn't in Egypt, but in the Mexican state of Puebla, known as the Pyramid of Cholula. Before the Europeans set foot here, this land had witnessed the rise and fall of numerous cultures. The Olmecs were the first to establish their domain, followed by the Mayans around 200 AD. Then, reigning over Central and South America for nearly 700 years, was the Maya civilization. Considered the pinnacle of its time, its unexplained disappearance remains as enigmatic as any age-old mystery. One consistency observed over these millennia is the settlement pattern of the people. Even today, approximately 60% of Mexico's population resides in a narrow strip, accounting for merely 18% of the nation's total land expanse. This stark statistic reveals that nearly 82% of Mexico remains sparsely populated. Delving into this anomaly, one has to ponder why throughout history have inhabitants consistently chosen this specific region of Mexico to call home. As we explore this mystery, another significant query emerges. In the horizon of tomorrow, what forces are at play that might catapult Mexico into an economic titan stature? Geography plays a pivotal role in the settlement patterns of Mexico. Only about 13% of its land is suitable for agriculture. To the north, vast stretches of arid and hot deserts dominate, making agriculture and even basic sustenance nearly impossible. Conversely, the southern expanse of Mexico is enveloped in dense rainforests, receiving torrential rainfall. Constructing infrastructure in such conditions becomes challenging. To lay roads or erect buildings, one needs dry concrete, but the incessant rains render this task practically unfeasible. Hence, along Mexico's 1,100-kilometer-long southern border, there exist only 8 paved roads connecting it to Central America. Similarly, moving a bit further south, there isn't a single road between Panama and Colombia that connects the two parts of America. Adding to these geographical challenges, almost 70% of Mexico is enveloped by mountains. These mountain ranges have created particularly adverse conditions for Mexico. The most significant challenge arising from this is the difficulty and high cost of carving through these mountains to establish infrastructure. The reason why the populated central part of Mexico is isolated from other regions is due to these mountain ranges. Even for the government, overseeing this vast area and ensuring its security is a daunting task. From Guatemala and Belize up to Mexico's northern borders, policing and monitoring this territory is notably challenging. As a result, the smuggling of drugs and weapons is rampant in this region. On one hand, drugs are smuggled from southern Mexico to central Mexico and then transported to the U.S. via the northern borders. The presence of vast deserts and towering mountains makes it extremely tough for law enforcement to intercept and halt this smuggling operation. Central Mexico's dense population also owes itself to the region's fertile land. This area is teeming with volcanoes, making the soil rich and conducive for agriculture. It's notable that corn, a pivotal crop, was historically first cultivated here. The area's suitability for farming and irrigation is precisely why civilizations over millennia have chosen to settle here. Similarly, Veracruz stands as a cornerstone for Mexico's economy. Positioned on Mexico's eastern coastline, this coastal city is the conduit for 35% of the country's water supply. Historically, it's been the entry point for Spanish, American, and French armies during the 16th and 19th centuries, who infiltrated Mexico and captured its capital, Mexico City. Surrounding Mexico City are expansive mountain ranges that offer both protection from external threats and present a significant challenge to safeguarding Mexico's coastal line. It was only in 1873 that a railway track was laboriously laid from Veracruz to Mexico City, covering a distance of 200 miles. During the same period, Mexico's neighbor, the United States, had already established a robust 50,000-mile rail network. This divergence can be attributed to the flat and even terrain in the United States, coupled with the substantial infrastructure development that allowed it to outpace Mexico in terms of progress. Mexico's geographical complexities play a significant role in shaping its population distribution and its historical lag behind North America. However, recent years have witnessed a remarkable transformation in Mexico. Between 2010 and 2023, 17 gas pipelines were established from the United States to Mexico, with most of the gas being transported to manufacturing plants near the U.S. Mexico border. This has led to two primary benefits. Firstly, the availability of cheaper gas has given a significant boost to Mexico's manufacturing industry. Secondly, the combination of this with Mexico's affordable labor has drastically reduced overall production costs. Seizing this advantageous situation, numerous international companies are now relocating their manufacturing bases to Mexico. Today, Nissan manufactures more cars in Mexico than in its home country, Japan. Currently, Mexico stands as the world's fifth largest car exporter. Furthermore, in 2019, surpassing both China and Canada, Mexico emerged as the largest trading partner of the United States. Experts are forecasting that if Mexico's manufacturing sector continues to grow at this pace within the next 2 decades, it will rise to become the world's 7th largest economy. As Mexico's manufacturing footprint expands, it's expected to also shift the nation's population distribution. Many are now migrating from the central regions to the northern border areas, lured by the surge in factories setting up there. Being right at the border means the products from these factories are not subjected to any additional tax when exported to America. It seems as if Mexicans have finally found a solution to navigate their complex geographical challenges, and when a nation resolves collectively to overcome obstacles, there's little that can hold it back. If you found value in today's video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Drop a comment saying subscribed, and I promise to respond to each one of our viewers. Thank you for tuning in.